So one of the issues that Paul was addressing when he wrote the letters of 1 Corinthians was sexual immorality and the challenges that the early church here faced in regards to letting Christ to transform their life. And so as culture had it, a lot of times you would go to the different temples or you'd go to the different temples for the different Greek and Roman gods, and they kind of were like your social gathering, your event centers almost. And so in the temple precincts, they would have dining tables where you could relax, you could lounge, and you would eat supper. And that in itself was not really that big of a deal, but it was what happened after the dinner party. Oftentimes at that time, if the women weren't able to be in the supper meal, then they would leave. And so a lot of times it was an all-man event in the temple precincts for their dinner parties. After the supper would become the drinking party, and it's at that time you would maybe have some other women called courtesans that would come in. They would maybe dance, they might if they were witty and funny, they might tell jokes or recite different things. Men would come in as well and recite poems, recite dramas and different things. But it was a night of entertainment. But it was the environment of temptation at the dinner parties that Paul was addressing in his letters to the Corinthians, telling them not to associate with that. And one body can't be joined with Christ and also be joined with a prostitute. And so that need for being able to flee from sexual immorality, to be pure and holy in your life.